Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I'm going to talk about why Afghani people wants to flee Afghanistan. Is this because of the Taliban takeover, or is it been always like this? So I'm gonna give you some of the example, and I'm gonna try to break it down. What's the main reason why people are trying to flee Afghanistan? Okay. First of all, Afghani always wanted to leave Afghanistan. The number one reason was the economic reason. Number two, war. Number three, social safety net. So there are other reasons also there. But when you look into, at the moment, when you look into, since the fall of Western-backed puppet government, Western media, whatever you watch, even including Al Jazeera, BBC, CNN, Fox News, Sky, any news channel you watch, you see that notion they put forward that because of they hate Taliban so much, they want to flee Afghanistan because Talibans are violent. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna do this that. But how far it is true? Let's see, last 20 years, what American forces and Western-backed NATO forces and Western-backed government has done to Afghanistan, right? Since the takeover of Afghanistan by Western occupying forces, there are 3 million refugee lives in Pakistan. 3 million refugee. Then you have Iran, almost 2.5 million refugee, Afghani refugee lives in Iran. Then you have Tajikistan, about 100,000. Then you have other countries, right? So this is nothing new. Taliban, it's not because of the Taliban. Afghans always wanted to flee Afghanistan. That's the bottom line. Doesn't matter who was there, because of invasion by all the empire, like for example Russian Empire, British Empire, American Empire. Whenever there is a war, people wanted to flee. Last 20 years, American forces have been in Afghanistan. What they have done to Afghanistan? What they have done? Oh, they will give you women's right and whatnot. Which one? I don't believe. I don't believe by iota that they are there for women's freedom and whatnot. They are there for political reason, economic reason. They are there for especially all the military industry. They wanted to make money. So I can recommend some of the video by British rapper Loki. He has done some of the very good video about why Americans are in Afghanistan. So it's got nothing to do with the women's right and whatnot. In last 20 years, if you see the highest number of refugee right in the world are produced, the number one is in Syria, number two is Venezuela, number three is Afghanistan. Then you have South Sudan and Myanmar and whatnot. So Afghani people always wanted to leave the violence, war, economic hardship, to go overseas where there is a better future. That's what they portrayed, right? Now the question is why Western media doesn't talk about that, because there is an agenda, because Western forces have NATO, especially NATO forces, they have lost the war so bad just to cover it up. And also look at the it's very unfortunate the news they're giving out, right? British Prime Minister, whatever, Boris Johnson, whatever, that crazy guy, right? He said they're gonna take 20,000 Afghanis. Of course, they're gonna try to come to the airport. They're gonna, they're gonna try their heart and soul to come to the airport, to come to UK. And and also Americans are saying we'll take whoever work for the occupying forces, whoever work for American and NATO forces, on the all the informant, or somebody might call them a traitor, informant, and the translator, and the local contractor and whatnot, whoever was the involved in Western backed government, they all wanted to flee. So there will be influx of people coming to the airport. It got nothing to do. But how many media has told you this? Don't take my word. Google it. Go to YouTube. Watch it. Al Jazeera. There are thousands of people are coming back to Afghanistan. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are coming back to Afghanistan because America got defeated. So, but how many of you know that? No Western media will tell you about that, because it doesn't suit their agenda, right? It's a very unfortunate. The first thing in the war, the first casualty in a war is the truth. So this is what, in this war, the truth is, the people are not scared of Taliban. Taliban cannot come to the power without the support of the local people. They won hearts and mind of the local people. That's why they're in power. That's the truth. But how many people knows it? Because the media, you have been brainwashed. Malcolm X famously once he said, if you believe in it, you have to be very careful about the media. Media is such a powerful tool. It will make you to love the oppressor, and it will make you to hate the oppressed. This is the media. And also, what's his name? Denzel Washington, the famous actor, American actor. He said, if you don't read newspaper, you are uninformed. But if you read the newspaper, you are misinformed. This is the truth. But don't go to all the mainstream. Do individual search. But obviously, you know, there are a lot of people, individual journalists, and talk to someone who is from Afghanistan. What's the situation of the ground? But don't believe the media. Media is full of lies. That's the bottom line. BBC, CNN, anything, Al Jazeera, even Al Jazeera, they are supposed to be pro-Muslims. They don't care about it. It's not about pro-Muslim or pro-Western, pro-Christian. It's about humanity. That's the fact. People live in Afghanistan less than $2 a day. What do you expect them to do? When Western countries are telling, oh, we are going to take 20,000 Afghanis. We are going to take as many as possible. So what do you want them to do? They will come to the airport. And that's the truth. And remember this, people support Taliban. And look at the wisdom of Taliban. They have taken the Kabul. What media said? Oh, there will be a bloodbath. What media said? There will be a bloodbath. There will be so much death and destruction in Kabul when Kabul falls. What happens? Not a single bullet has been shot. And you believe in that media? What's wrong with the people today? Anyway, I will leave it there. And yeah, that's what I wanted to talk. And I will make another few more video about Afghanistan. Especially, I'll put my views, okay? Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.